at our security situation. Is it improving? Now Boko Haram is back in the northeast. All these Iswa, Boko Haram, they will always tell you stories. They like carrying stories. They say they neutralized this, they did this. Are these guys, are they more powerful than the whole country like Nigeria? With all the resources, with all the military power that we have? Is there security in this country? Anybody can just come in here, kill all of us, we don't pray, and then the next thing, the only thing that the only justice they will do for us is NTA and some other FM stations will just carry the story and say they went to Garkuwa FM, they killed so person, the number is yet to be identified. The police, when they called the police PPRO, he was not reachable. That's the end of the story. There's no security.
Yes, so as they go now, so we they follow on. Based on Queen Sarah, what will be, and Yakubu. Who God has blessed, no man can cause. Let the program continues on top Serere, whatever. And where Sarah levels, in case you think I don't forget. My name na Abdullahi Mutiu, aka Emia Presenter. CSP arrangement, written on a say, una do, una well done. On top as they go, where we they follow on. We go discuss things where they worry Nigeria, ranging from economic wahala to political defections and borrowing. We be say the federal government been the plan to go borrow again. Now waiting we go chook mouth inside on top the program on top as they go. We know say we know the carry carpenter can't give the work of mechanic. We dey always carry the right person come, make him come discuss the point where we say we want discuss on top the program. Our guest today now Dr. Yakubu Shaba from Business Administration, Osman Danfodio University. Now him in come here, come dissect us. Him a regular voice on top this radio program. Good evening, sir. Barakadizwa.
Good evening. How are you?
Fine, thank you. On top as they go, sir, it's been a while.
It actually has been a while.
Let's say, should we say happy second anniversary? That's the country for us. You know, we are celebrating second anniversary, of course.
Second anniversary of
our able president now.
What is there to celebrate? I beg.
Doctor, I don't understand what is there to celebrate.
Tell me, is it unemployment, or you are celebrating the businesses that have failed, or you are celebrating the insecurity that has increased? What exactly are you celebrating?
Okay, doctor. This thing where you ask me now, who may I go ask? Then I will carry you come so that you go tell us what we celebrate. On top as they go, doctor, make we just start from the top. Now, based on what you just don't talk now, say what we celebrate. Oh yeah, tell us if we say just rate this administration within 2 years by percentage. How you want to rate the administration?
In the first place, when Tinubu came into power, before he even came into power, I can't really remember the promises he actually made, because I listened to various videos where he went to states to do campaigns and there were no promises at all. For instance, when he came to Sokoto, what did he tell us? What did he tell us he would do for Sokoto State? And remember when he went to Kano, he only said, I want to dance. It's the same thing when he went to other states. I don't want to believe that Tinubu had a good blueprint for this for this office he's occupying. So I'm really shocked when people are saying we are celebrating second anniversary, or we are celebrating whatever anniversary people are celebrating. I don't want to believe that I should be part of it, because there's nothing to actually celebrate.
Doctor, if you say there's nothing to actually celebrate, I don't understand now. And you never answered my question in the first place. Just rate the current administration by percentage.
Okay, by percentage?
Yes.
The performance of this administration?
Economically, educationally, health-wise, and security-wise.
Okay, if I have to be very candid to myself and to you, I will rate it around 30 to 40% maximum.
We know so you've been lecturer before, so we won't know how strict you used to be while marking.
It is not about being strict. Let us be very frank to ourselves.
Okay.
Let's compare, for instance, what China is doing. Let's compare what Burkina Faso is doing and what Nigeria is doing. Do we really have leaders in this country?
Okay. If that is the case, now you don't tell us, say you are rating them 30%.
Yes.
On everything, 30%.
Yes, the president.
Okay, just tell us why. What is Burkina Faso doing? What is China doing that we are not doing? What is it that we are supposed to do that we are not doing?
And me, I even they interested on that 30%. Which
Make him tell us why.
Exactly.
Okay, to start with, if I may ask, is removal of fuel subsidy, is this something to really celebrate? Because he told us when he removes subsidy that you are going to get plenty of money, we'll do this, we'll do this, we'll do that. What is it that he has done of all the promises he made that when fuel subsidy is finally removed, this and this will happen? What did we achieve at the end of the day? We are still paying high price. The government is still borrowing money. After fuel subsidy removal, we should be borrowing money. Now we are borrowing humongous, we are borrowing monies that you can't even imagine. For instance, we are borrowing the government has borrowed 57 trillion naira in 23 months alone.
In 23 months.
The government has borrowed 53 million.
53
trillion naira.
Approximately 2 years.
Approximately 2 years. 23 months. There is 1 month left, right? In this 1 month, before this second anniversary that you are celebrating, he still want to borrow 21.5 billion naira. That is equivalent to 34 trillion, 102 billion, 225 million naira. Now he still want to go. He want to still borrow 15 billion yuan, renminbi. That is a Chinese currency.
Renminbi.
Yes, that is equivalent to 3,307,500 million naira. And he also intend to raise 758 billion naira through federal government bonds to enable him generate some money that he will use in doing in helping small businesses in skills acquisition. What skills are we going to acquire? So far, what skills? Just tell me what effort has he made in skills acquisition as far as his government is concerned from the very inception today?
Doctor, let me come in here. When you say what effort have they made when it comes to skills acquisition,
Yes.
But of recent they just launched it that technical schools around there is going to be free education, is going to be free accommodation.
There's no free education anywhere in the world. Somebody is paying for it. There's no good education that you cannot pay. You have to pay. I mean, you have to pay real money. You see, we should not be deceiving ourselves.
When you say there's no free education around the world, are you saying the scholarship? Now, for example,
is
if
education getting better in Nigeria?
Okay.
Is education getting better? I'm asking you.
But they are planning to build more universities.
More universities does not mean quality education. We are not talking about quality. We are not talking about quantity. In Nigeria, we like celebrating Nigeria as the giant of Africa. Nigeria, PDP, when PDP was in power, they said they were the largest political party in Africa. Now APC is still claiming the same thing. We are the largest. We are not saying we are the best this, we are the best that. We have the best brains around the world. But look at where we are today. So what exactly are you saying?
Sir, I would love to come in here because he don't talk about the educational aspect. And reports getting to us say more candidates scored 250 plus in UTME than any year since 2013. Is that not a show that this educational landscape don't improve to an extent?
Where do you work, please?
I work as a teacher and also as a teacher.
Staff.
Yes, sir.
Which a private or public school?
Let's leave that on the screen, sir.
No. You need to, because I work in public universities, and I'm telling you that the education is not getting better. What you guys are giving us from primary school to secondary school to the university or polytechnics, there's nothing to really write to me about this candidate. Candidate are scoring this. I met a candidate in my own area. He scored 3 A's, 4 B's, and 2 C's. And I asked him a few questions.
Doctor, let me come in here, doctor. You are a lecturer. Now, if you are blaming that, where is the standard education? We should be asking you, because you are the one lecturing people.
The basics at primary school, at secondary school level. The way we did primary school, when I was in primary 3, I didn't do nursery, but I could write a letter. I could express myself in English. I did my primary school in the village. But I could speak, I could write letters in Hausa, I could write letters in English. I could write composition. Tell me, write about this. So, but today, if a graduate, if you tell a graduate to write a letter, I will tell you to give, you look for his phone and start browsing. So I will say
we have AI already, so at least everything has been simplified.
That means we don't need to even go to school if there is AI.
No. At least you need some basic education to do this. Even if you do not go to school, at least you need some understanding on how to go about even using the AI.
at these basic levels, the primary and secondary, are they really getting better? Forget about university education, because that's why I work.
Whether
are we
they
really
from the
getting
primary
better?
school,
Are the teachers, tell me, when Erufai was governor, you know, he did something that people were abusing him left, right, and center. He brought out questions, primary school questions, and he asked the teachers to answer them. What happened?
you couldn't answer
Do
them.
we have the best teachers today? In the university, if I get a good job, I will leave.
Doctor, let me now already we are trying to divert from it, but let me just ask you small now, since you are saying this. Is it that we should have education on how to be able to define theories
No.
be good practically?
Look at China. Let me give you a good example of China. China converted some 2 years back. China converted over 500 universities to polytechnics. So that when you graduate from the university, from the polytechnic, you should be able to do something. You should be employable. Our graduates, are they globally employable in the 21st century?
Now, if you are complaining of that, now this administration now, they just launch the.
You are always saying launch. We need things on ground that we can say.
Is it not on ground? Is it not on ground? All these technical schools around, are they not on ground?
Okay, what have we achieved from this launching so far? If I may ask. Tell me one achievement.
I'm asking. Now, the achievement is that students can now go there for free, accommodation for free. They'll even be giving them, is it 25,000 naira monthly?
You see, if I were you as a journalist, I would have gone to those schools to see what exactly is happening before I come to air and say government is doing this.
I'm saying what government are telling us that they are doing. That's what I'm telling you now, that this is what they said they are doing.
You are reading these things from the you are reading them online, and you are beginning to believe that yes, government is actually working.
Are you saying that now these technical schools that they say that they will be giving students a certain amount of money every
it's
week,
not about
every
money,
month?
it's about
it does not exist.
What equipment do they have to learn, so that when somebody finishes secondary school from technical, at least if he learns carpentry, he should be able to do something on his own. What equipment do they have on ground? What budget? How much budget is government having for education every year in, year out? Do we really prioritize education? Look at the budget first. Government, look at the power sector, for instance. Tell me one thing that TINUBU is doing to improve electricity in Nigeria. Just tell me one thing. The
21 university, federal universities already, they are converting to solar.
21 universities. The one they converted to solar, tell me, are they working?
Work in progress.
Work in progress.
Work in progress. They never launch it now. They tell us they are working on it already.
Citizens, we are not ready to hold government, to account.
On top this matter now, I don't want to make you just promote on top what we've been. They really discuss on top this one. But since you don't carry us go, say government they borrow money, why they borrow money, why this?
Yes.
Why do you say borrowing? At least if they borrow money and they use this money for something and get more on it,
the one they
is it not good?
The one they borrow so far, what have they done?
Okay, what is the implication of this borrowing that you don't even want?
As a business,
let me give you an example with yourself. Let's assume we are taking salary from here, 150,000 monthly. 150,000 times 12, that's 1.8 million. And then you went and borrowed 10 million, and you want to pay with 1.8 million. Don't you think that's a problem, a very big one? How can we be borrowing after first subsidy removal? We are not supposed to be borrowing. Are we born to be borrowing? Nigeria should learn, to do things to cut this thing. We will be calling some humongous figures. Our budget will say 50 this trillion. You will see the amount is only in figures. You don't see anything on ground. For instance, is there security in this country? Anybody can just come in here, kill all of us. We don't pray, and then the next thing, the only justice they will do for us is NTA and some other FM stations will just carry the story and say they went to Garkuwa FM, they killed social person, the number is to be identified. The police, when they called the police PPRO, he was not reachable. That's the end of the story. There's no security. There's no electricity. You cannot move an inch without electricity.
Is it that there's no security or there's not enough security?
There's no security because you and I are not secure. Wherever you are on your own. You have to use either solar or generator to power your own house. There's no electricity, because you cannot give me 1 hour light and say there's electricity. There's no way any country all over the world can grow without electricity. We know these indices. Why are we not working towards them?
But doctor, why? Now we have all it takes to put things in shape. Why the delay?
The
or what is
willingness,
causing, or what is even causing all
the
this?
political will is simply not there. That will is not there. In most cases, we vote for president and are not even ready. The only thing Bola Tinubu said is that it is his own time. He didn't promise anything. If he promised anything, tell me what he promised.
What
He
Tinubu
said
promised?
if
He promised that this is going to be.
No, he said if there will give us electricity, that by the time I will not be paying estimated bill. Aren't we paying estimated bill as we speak? And he said if by 2027, if there is no electricity, we shouldn't vote him into power.
If there is, yes, he said it.
He said it.
Yes, he said it.
It's because we, as the citizens, is that because we are not serious. If we are serious, we hold them accountable. We are richer than them.
It's not 2027 already.
But the TINUBU'S administration is only busy about 2027.
Doctor, before we go to that now.
Before you say PIM, they will say 2027.
Doctor, now, if we continue to borrow from now to 5 years, maybe 10 years, what do you think Nigeria's situation will look like?
We will worse off. The situation will be worse off, and I don't know where exactly we are heading to with all these borrowings. How can you see? Let me tell you one thing. If you borrow me money and I see you on the road, you are already my in-law. You understand what I'm saying? If there's any trouble, I say, Shaba, why are you doing this? Say, I'm sorry, sir. Because I have borrowed money from you. They are borrowing this money and then they are dictating to us what to do and what not to do. They are telling us this is what we are going to do with the money. So why should you be borrowing? We are an independent country. Why should we be so dependent on other countries? People is always traveling to France. And when they ask, they will say this, they will say that.
Michael Hudson is a writer that writes Super Imperialism. He said in 1972 or so that he said it from that book where he said that's the most devilish organization in the world is the World Bank and IMF.
They are created to
and these are the people we are going there to borrow from.
They are created. See, they are created to leave us where we are to retard our development. To retard the way we think. How can you be borrowing money when you are in Nigeria? How can Nigeria be borrowing money? What is it that we don't have? We have the human capital. We have all the natural resources. We have all the mineral resources that are required for growth and development. But why are we still going there to borrow? There is no one state that cannot stand on its own.
So can we say now that in Nigeria we practice indirect rule?
Indirect? Are you even asking me? And we are being remote controlled by some superpowers. Everyone knows that. They will come with aid. They will come in the name of aid that give us this aid. Do we need aid from anybody around? We should be giving people aid. Like we in Islam, for instance, people, they say Qatar is giving us these countries. Why are we collecting this aid when we can do these things ourselves? I'm not saying that there is something bad with Qatar giving us this. Now they will bring cows in. They will fund like this salad that we are celebrating the next few days. They will bring cows. Can't we do these things ourselves if we are serious? See, Nigeria is a very big, it's the greatest country in the whole world. We have the population, we have the land, we have everything, but we are still borrowing. We are still borrowing. So what are we using all these resources for? When Tinubu came, the first time he came into power, that was when Wahala started. He said the era of fuel subsidy is gone. Now the era is gone, but what have we gained from this subsidy removal? Tell me. Is your life
Minister of Economy, Mawale, you just said it that as a result of fuel subsidy removal.
You see it on the ground. But you see, you believe in talking and talking and talking.
If you are running a project, definitely you go by the reports given to you. That's the report submitted.
Yes,
this is what they are doing.
A report. I'm not arguing. So many reports have been submitted so far since 1960. But the question I'm asking, if a report is submitted, after a while, you start seeing something on ground. For instance, when Ibrahim Traore of Burkina Faso became president, at least you have seen everybody. You have not been there, but at least you see what is happening in that country.
No, there's a news circulating now that most of these things you are seeing online as regards Burkina Faso, they are AI generated information and images you are seeing. It's not as if Burkina Faso is far better the way we are seeing them online.
You can always fact check as far as journalism is about fact checking before you even publish anything. You can fact check what is it that is happening in Burkina Faso, and they witnessing development. Are they the same thing with us? You just wake up every day. I share news items every day. Every day you read, there's no day that one single day so people feared killed. So every day we are being killed.
Doctor, what is the way out? What do you think we should do?
By 2027, we should anybody that is not, we should be able to select the right leaders, because we have the power. The only challenge we have is simply because we just believe that we cannot do it.
When you say we should be able to select the good leaders, while, for example, now 2023 election, it was Atiku, it was Peter Obi, and Tinubu, and yes, people are complaining.
None of them was a good candidate.
So from where are we selecting from?
See, we have
the good ones are not coming out there.
Let me tell you one thing that we don't do. You and I don't have the kind of money that we need to win elections, but you and I are the majority. And there are small political parties. There are small political parties that we can join as good citizens, and then we can win elections with these small parties. They are registered. We don't need money to do campaigns if we are serious. If we really mean business, but do we mean business? Even we, the so-called citizens, are we serious? We are not serious, because we just believe that we can't make things happen. We just believe that nothing can be done, and then we are not even ready to make any changes. So, but the reality remains that there are still good people in this country.
Thank you so much on top of this one. Earlier today, as you be discuss, you be tell us, say at least you will rate them 30 over 100 at least.
I've tried. I've even tried.
Have you?
You even tried.
No, I've tried.
That 30%, at least that now the good aspect where they don't do. So our listeners won't even know, okay, waiting with that 30% for this one where you at least give them 30%. That 30% now for which of the sector, which of the sector of the government don't get that 30%.
So one, at least Tinubu came with he was able to increase our salaries, the minimum, the so-called minimum wage, to 70,000, right? But that 70,000 will not take you home. They distributed rice, right? Tinubu distributed rice to federal workers and stuff like that. And then there are certain projects going on here and there, but the reality remains that when projects are going on, the first thing you should do, people cannot even think in Nigeria when you are hungry. There's no way you can even think when you are, because we are already hungry. So there's no way you can even think. People are battling with even how to eat food. That is just the reality. Traveling has become something else. To even travel by air, you cannot travel by road. If you do that, there are high chances that you get killed or get kidnapped along the road, right? If you travel by air, it's not even affordable. Now, air ticket from here to Abuja, how much is it? Before, I used to fly to Lagos, 10,000, go and come back, 20,000. With 200,000 now, you can't even go to Abuja and come back.
Yes, so it's okay, it's all right. In case you just join us, this is Garkuwa 95.5 FM, the golden voice of the caliphate, where with the Totorina with etc. programs them on top as they go for our Obodo Naija. We did together with Dr. Yakubu Shaba on top as they go. Now in there here they dissect us on top as they go for our Obodo Naija. Doctor, make you come back on top as they go now on top this one. We dey hear from here these days say politicians they defect from one party to the ruling party. What do you think? What is your own reaction to this one now that almost every party now don't come to the ruling party? Is it a good thing that we should celebrate?
If you are confident in yourself, if you are confident in yourself, you don't need defection from one party to another. It is the same people that will vote you into power. It's not political parties, killing PDP, killing ABGA, killing this party, and then becoming one party. They said one party system is working in China. Then somebody responded that they should practice what is happening in China. Once you are caught EFCC catches you with a problem, they will just eliminate you. And in China, the government will not waste money to buy bullets. It's your family that will buy the bullets.
Now that here in Nigeria, bro, you cannot compare China, compare Nigeria. Nigeria is smarter because now if you said once you are caught one thing on corruption, they should just kill you here. They will start plotting people now. Even if you are not corrupt, they will just plot the graph and make it look as if you are corrupt. Then they start killing people anyhow.
See, there are no ambiguities. It is either you are good or you are bad. There are no ambiguities that you are good and bad. No, there are no ambiguities. See, as we speak, over 7 million businesses have failed. These businesses are owned by Nigerians, and they are the same people that will vote. Why can't we revive this business and forget about defections? It is money. They are paying people money to defect. In case you don't know, go and do what we call what do they call this journalism? Investigative journalism. Yes, go and you see, if assuming you are a big party, a PDP member, they will look for you. They will tell you they are giving you so millions of naira. You and your people just defect. Isn't that what is happening? Somebody even told me that though this is off the air, that if a governor defect is 40 billion.
Wow. So there's a price tag.
Yes, that's a price. Just defect and get your money. And that's why everybody, because Nigerians love money, they are crazy. We are crazy about money. That's why there are defections every day. You wake up.
Some are even saying they are defecting in order to get what is it called? A kind of anti-EFCC.
No. Some people, they see, government will use all these anti-graft agencies, or they will use money. Now, but the current government is using money. You defect, this is the amount they give you.
Wow.
So that can't you see people defecting as if there is a rainstorm, there is all the help, there is a tsunami.
We thought they are defecting for the benefit of Nigeria.
Let me, have you ever had, at your age, have you ever had an opposition party will go and gather and say they have endorsed Tinubu for 2027?
Maybe it's because no president has performed the way Tinubu has performed.
Are they deceiving themselves or they are deceiving Nigerians?
A lot of achievement that they listed.
Performance. With over 7 million businesses failing, these businesses are the backbone of the economy. Don't forget. People are hungry. We are the backbone of the economy.
No, you know, I say, you can check maybe the wahala already too much. So they are reducing it one after the other. 2 years is 2 years. Is 2 years enough?
Tell me the ones that have reduced. Just tell me the ones that have reduced.
Lagos Calabar Coastal 30-kilometer express that they've just phase one that they've just launched.
They launched it a day before the second
anniversary celebration.
30 kilometers.
30 kilometers.
Do you know how much
the debt, this COVID-19 debt that this current administration has settled.
Do you know how much
Nigeria has been delisted from the list of the countries that are owing?
Do you know how much that road is? The coastal highway. Do you know how much?
They even say that coastal highway that they've never borrowed a shishi. They've never borrowed anything.
The contract, the cost 15
trillion naira.
Now, if that money is put into electricity, between electricity for this country and that road, which one will you choose? If you are asked to make a choice
between electricity and that road. Well, I know they two use the road. I prefer electricity.
No, actually, it's supposed to be 700 kilometers.
So it's 700 kilometers. They have only done 30 kilometers.
Just phase one now. It's phase by phase.
And they're commissioning it 30 kilometers. I'll give you 7,000 naira.
Now, as a lecturer now, are you not giving kudos to your administration that at least NEL fund is alive?
NEL fund?
Yes.
Do you know what is happening? You know TED fund? Tertiary Education Trust Fund.
Yes.
If you go to any polytechnic, government, either state or federal, go to any state university, either state or any university, either state or federal, go to either any university you go to, college of education. The only project you can see that government is doing is that TED fund. And you know the source of money that the TED fund source of money. Companies pay from their profit. They are compelled to pay 2%. Now it is 2.5%. Now when they pay this tax, they will now give you to TED fund. It's not government that is doing this project. But
is it not government that is sourcing for the fund?
I'm giving you some information. Journalists, just listen to me.
Okay.
Now Tinubu said the TED fund will not be in place again by 2027. There will be no TED fund. That is when the universities, the polytechnics, the college, they will all die. If you see any lab, you see any car, anything you see in the universities, it is state fund. Now, state fund will be no more by 2027.
Maybe net fund will
Now
replace
your
state fund.
children will have to go to private universities and they have to pay through their nose. You have to pay through your nose. That's when your eyes will open. So you better shine your eyes now.
Are you predicting now?
I'm not predicting. I'm not predicting. See, the figures, the realities are there on the ground for everyone to see. The realities are so glaring.
Despite empowering our technical schools.
Technical? Empowering.
Yes,
okay,
now.
what do you mean? What is your own definition of empowerment?
Okay,
in
now.
respect of this technical school, because you have been mentioning it.
No.
What is it that they have done that they have empowered them? I used to know technical school, the one at 440, the one they after finishing passing out from that school, at least you be if you read if you did the electrical this thing, at least you'll be able to wire your house. Go to that school today. What is it that they have in those schools? It's the same old machines. This is the 24th century. So tell me, what equipment did they change in those schools that you now can say they have empowered them?
Now, as the program continues on top and where levels on this one now, Doctor, this waka defection from one party to another, what is the implication to our democracy?
The implication is that the criminals are ganging up. They are gaining more momentum so that they can now take over power. Now look at defection. The reality remains that everybody, if you defect to a party, now you will retain your position. If you are a senator and you defect, your position is automatic. You will be given automatic ticket whether you win election or not, because that is what they are working. That is what they are working towards. So why should we be working? Why are we saying democracy? Democracy is it should give everybody the opportunity.
Sorry, Doctor. Good evening this evening.
Yes, recording voice of the candidate. Well done, John.
Thank you very much, my brother. Your name and where you call us from?
This is Bosco.
Marlon Bosco from Arikila.
Yes, sir.
Good evening today. What will be your contribution on top of the program?
Yes, the session is the discussion is so interesting. I wish the whole Nigeria is going through this program to at least try to hear some secrets. Because I learn from me this man is speaking based on the reality on ground, and then there's as an intellectual and people that are on to they search intellectual materials even down to that of nation building.
Thank you.
Yeah, so I think like this, recently they said the money they are about to borrow will not even add a burden to the already existing debt. So you see, to me, I see this way. You know, if what they are borrowing is for promises or is for the nation, definitely you will see series of arguments in National Assembly up to the two chambers. That's what happens. Because it's not going to be used for the nation building. That is why it will not add to only to the already existing borrowed money. And that is why no argument over it. I've not seen a country like this. And even those that are borrowing every day, their arms is open. Mr. Presenter and journalists, you people are journalists, they are into journalism. What do you people think is the reason why these people arms is always open to borrow Nigeria's money? Because of potential mineral resources deposited on top of this place called Nigeria.
Thank you, Marlon Bosco, for this wonderful contribution on top as they go. On top this one now, Doctor. Now, if you say things don't be the way they be now, already we don't enter into the next phase of the journey of another 2 years now. What do you think, say the government or this administration to do urgently so that they will meet up at least from 30% to maybe 75%?
Tinubu should quickly reverse the fuel subsidy he removed.
Reverse, come on.
Yes, of course. Because the money they are generating from, are you feeling the impact? If I'm paid 20,000 and I have to fill my time with, let's say, 1,000 naira, will I be worried? If you are paid 70,000 naira and rice, you can only buy one bag of rice. So what about other expenditures, other issues in the house? See, we are in a very deep shit, and people will not understand what we are saying now until Tinubu wins election again in 2027 for another 4 years. That is when our eyes will open. As in, you will now say, so this is what exactly it is, to vote people like him into power again. See, the truth remains that look at our security situation. Is it improving? Now Boko Haram is back in the northeast. All these Iswa, Boko Haram, they will always tell you stories. They like carrying stories. They say they neutralized this, they did this. Are these guys, are they more powerful than the whole country like Nigeria? With all the resources, with all the military power that we have?
When we go back to security matter now, where you just enter into now, some are saying that it's the Western powers that are behind the security brouhaha in our country. Now, if we are not addressing it from that angle, that the problem will not be solved.
But Tinubu is always going to France. So what is he going there to do? Is he addressing the issue in France? You know which country is France, I don't need to tell you anything about that. See, there's no way somebody outside, the outside people have that say Bongoya Agi Sanakadangari can samu shiga. So the truth remains that there's no way they can have access to us without us. It is the same, they are collaborating with our own people. Somebody just mentioned mineral resources. Because in those Western world, in Western, the so-called advanced countries, they don't have mineral resources. They don't have raw materials. So they rely heavily on Africa to get their raw materials. And there's no way you can get somebody's raw materials cheaply. Now, nobody can give you statistics of how much crude oil is taken in Nigeria. Nobody can give you that statistics.
Are you saying we are not giving them cheaply?
They are taking whatever they want to take.
Willingly, anyhow.
Yes, of course. Of course.
So, doctor, what do you think we should do so that we will be in the right position as the owner of this crude?
Let us ask ourselves. In one thing, let's ask ourselves: are we an independent country? If we put ourselves together,
we are not independent. Are we independent?
How much is the dollar to the naira today?
1,000.
Last Friday, 1,500 plus, almost 1,600. Tinubu, how much did they spend to stabilize the dollar? They say they will stabilize. They have spent billions of naira stabilizing the dollar. The dollar is not still stable.
But they said the economy has grown 3.7 now, and we did not print any money. We don't have any cost.
Is this economy growing? Grow. Where? When businesses are busy dying every day, go to Sokoto Central Market. You see some shops, they are closed. They have eaten food with the capital. Do we call this growth? Are you growing? Are you growing? I'm asking you a simple. Are you guys growing? No, let's.
We are eating.
We are eating. Good. We are eating. We are surviving. Yes, we are surviving. That is what is happening.
So, sir, just to cap it up, as we don't already round up, and as we talk about the solution, how can the government, how they fit take improve revenue generation without relying heavily on borrowing? Since say you don't cross
with this removal of fuel subsidy, the revenue has grown to one extent you cannot even imagine. Tinubu succeeded in tax reforms.
Is that not a plus?
The bill, is it a plus?
That our revenue grew up is not a plus?
It grew up at our own detriment. Is it supposed to be growing at our own detriment? There's a way revenues can grow. But we don't have to suffer. In your own country, you are a second-class citizen, even a third-class citizen. In your own country, you are a second-class citizen, not in another person's country. Isn't? How many countries have you been to? If you go to the US, good. If you go to the US, US citizens, there is a way. If you land, there is a way they will follow you. The others. There is another place you.
That's country and others.
Yes. So to show that they are first-class citizens in their own country, but in Nigeria, are we first-class citizens? We are not, because this is our own country with everything that we have. Look at us.
doctor, what can we do to be independent? At least share our property. What can we do to
let
take the rightful
everybody
ownership?
change. Let us say where everybody is ready to change. Even if we are going to die like this man, Charles Motors, Cosmos Nduka or Maduka, forgetting the real name. He said if you were 25, 20, 25, you will have led what do we call it? What do we call this war? You will have led the youth, to follow so that they can take over, government. Look at us. Are we? I always tell you that we are not ready to move this country to where it's supposed to be. If we are ready by 2027, when we are tired of good luck, you are grown up then. When you were tired of good luck, what happened? Good luck was in Lagos. He was everywhere. There were defections here and there, but we still removed him from office.
So now, from the government, what do you think the government should do? Because if you are saying we the people now, if you are doing
government
it,
is not serious to do anything. Oh, let me be very sincere with you. Just go and start thinking of how to survive. Government is not ready to do anything because a serious government will be working by now, so that by 2027 he can go and campaign and say he has done this, he has done that, he has done. He doesn't even need to campaign. But before he's before he finishes the first half of his tenure, he's already talking about 2027. Everything is about 20. How many people are defecting from this party to that party? Is that something that we should? Is that progress? That is not progress. That is not growth. That is not development.
Yes, so it's okay, all right. This now Garkuwa 95.5 FM, and the program now My Country People, where we discuss on top as they go for our Obodo Naija. Dr. Shaba, thank you for joining us on top of the program today.
You're most welcome.
Any final words to our listeners?
Nigerians should sit down and think, because whatever we are going to face it together. You don't have any country like this country. People who travel abroad, let them be telling you their own stories. Though there are infrastructure, there are facilities, they are still living. There is no way you can be happy in another person's country. We should all join our hands together and put Nigeria on the right lane, so that we can begin to also enjoy our life before our death. People by 2027, Nigerians should come out en masse and vote the right people, so that if you are voted into power, if you misbehave after 4 years, the same Nigerians will remove you. After every
Doctor,
4 years,
we get like 1 minute now. So within some seconds, you say we should vote the right people.
Yes.
I ask this question: what if these people that came out to be voted for are not the right people? What do we do?
How do we even
Of course, we know the right people. Christians, they have their own leaders. They have religious leaders. They know who also have the fear of God. We Muslims, we also know the right people. Nigerians, we should forget about all these differences and put our heads together. Once we get tired, see, we will get there very soon. Because once people are pushed to the wall, they will even prefer to die. And they will submit their lives, so that at least in fact, people even prefer to die, so that they feel that if they die, at least they will go and rest.
Yes, so it's okay, it's all right. Thank you very much, Dr. Shaba. It has been very, very interesting. On top of the program, together with you on top as they go. You don't do the way they do every day. Thank you for coming once again, sir. On top as they go. My country people, thank you for tuning in to Garkuwa 95.5 FM. Every Sunday, 4 o'clock, Bonkwem for my country people on top as they go. And like Aramuna Zaman Lapia, Aziki, the Kuma Shuagabani, Nagari, Masukyo, on top as they go. On behalf of my beautiful country people, where we did together for the studio here, Dr. Ma, say bye-bye to our people.
My wonderful country people, bye-bye. We'll meet again next week, Sunday, same time, same station.
Yes, so my country people, we'll meet again next week. Same time, when I give up for this time.
On behalf of everybody and Haji American, we be our this year continuity announcer. We say thank you very much as the carry and go up, carry and come down. My name now Abdullahi Mutiu, aka Emia Presenter, CSP Arrangement, telling una say don't go.